Welcome back. What's up everybody? I am Daniel. This is DTV. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a full review video on a budget travel company that is near and dear to my heart. I've been using these guys since 2014 when we first arrived here in Germany, and I think it's time that you guys know about it. So a quick background on me. I am an Air Force veteran and military spouse living here in Germany since 2014. I focus on PCS prep, travel, and local life as an American living here in Germany. Speaking of which, PCS prep, we all know that as a military member moving over here to Germany, there's a ton of PCS prep that you need to do. Once you actually get through with that and you get here, I feel like everybody wants to travel within Europe and travel within Germany, right? You probably only have 3 to 5 years that you can live here in Germany, so your time is limited. So you're always constantly thinking about, you know, where am I going to go to for this next holiday? Where am I going to go for this next season? How can I see as many countries as possible before I have to go back to the United States? I might have an answer for you. So we thought this exact same thing when we first got here. And what we really focused on was budget travel because, to be honest with you, my wife's a teacher and she signs 2-year contracts, and we only thought we'd be here for 2 years. So we wanted to see literally as much as we possibly could. So within those first 2 years, which then became 4 years, we started looking at budget travel options. And what I was really focused on was who can I trust and who can conveniently help me get from one country to the next within our budget so that we can see as much as we can, because we didn't think that we're going to be coming back to Europe. So after doing a little bit of research, I came across EuroTrip Adventures. And EuroTrip Adventures is a budget travel company located right here in Germany. They make it very, very convenient especially for military folks, because they have pickup locations right outside of some of the bases here, but we'll get into all that later. But anyways, I found EuroTrip Adventures and decided to give them a try, and now I think I've been on 9 different trips with them. So I've been to Liechtenstein, Austria, Hungary, Slovenia, Slovakia, Belgium, France, Germany, Switzerland, and Disneyland Paris with them. So I've been on a majority of their adventures, and I think it's time that we go over my experience with them. Okay, some quick facts. EuroTrip Adventures, like I've already said, budget travel company located right here in Germany. For anyone looking for a unique travel experience on a budget, this is for you. Okay, they know military travel and they love to cater to military folks over here because they are conveniently located right near some of the US military bases, as I've stated earlier. Grafenwehr, Kaiserslautern, Wiesbaden, Stuttgart, but they also have other pickup locations in Nuremberg, Munich, Ingolstadt, Mannheim, and Frankfurt. Let me preface with this. I'm going to be talking a lot about military travel and speaking directly to the military audience. However, EuroTrip Adventures is not just for military. That's just what I'm focusing on. But anybody in Europe, or in Germany, I should say, can join their trips, join their adventures at any of the different locations that they offer. Okay, their focus of travel is primarily on a bus. From time to time, they will have some plane flights where you can go to like London, for example, and then you'd get on a bus to go to Stonehenge and to some other attractions. But I'd say the majority of their trips are bus travel, day trips, or overnight trips on a bus. So it's all mostly bus travel. All you really have to do is just show up. I mean, let them take care of your travel accommodations, your reservations, the transportation to and from the different locations. They're going to have trip leaders there that help manage the flow of the trip, right? So they answer general questions about the trip, when you get off the bus, rest stops, trip details, make sure that you're on the bus at a specific time, or you're at a specific location at a certain time. But they're basically just managing the overall flow of the trip and making sure that everybody is where they need to be and that they understand all the information that is involved with the actual trip from start to finish. However, there are private tours, we're going to get into that a little bit later, but there are private tours offered by local travel guides, all right? So you have a trip leader and you have a local private tour guide. 2 different things though. So the tour guide is actually responsible for managing the specific tour that you have the option to go on if you'd like to go. And the trip leader is kind of managing the overall flow of the trip to make sure you're where you need to be. I feel like many people on the bus kind of didn't understand that concept, and so they had high expectations for the trip leader to give them all these facts and information about the city that they're in or the food that they're eating, and that's not really what their job is. That'd be more the job for the tour guide that EuroTrip Adventures would actually hire for you to go on as an extra, like additional option that you would pay for while you're on the trip. So, okay, let's just get into an example EuroTrip adventure that is coming up pretty soon. So I'm just gonna give you an example of their next trip coming up, and that's gonna be to Liechtenstein and Lindau Island. So I've been on this trip before, I highly recommend it. They start this trip at 59 euro. That is a steal. And the price is actually determined by your family size and the pickup or drop-off location. So you're gonna have to go online to actually check to see what those price differences are, but it's not gonna be too much more than that 59 euro threshold there. For this specific trip, they have two different buses, and they usually always have two buses that leave from West Germany and East Germany, which again is where most of the military bases are here in Germany. So again, very convenient for military personnel. So the pickup locations for this specific trip is out of Munich, Nuremberg, Grafenwehr, Stuttgart, and Kaiserslautern. Within the trip, you're gonna see highlights online or on the app, and we'll get into the app here in a second, but you're gonna see highlights. So the highlights are gonna show you where you go, what you actually do on this trip, the itinerary details, any private tours that may be offered, but all of this can be seen on the app. You can even buy your ticket on the app. So I recommend getting the app to give you basically all your information. Okay, let's get into the app. The app is super important because it literally has all the information that you need about specific trips, upcoming trips, frequently asked questions. It's got everything on there, including a very, very important info mail that you're gonna get when you actually book your trips. And the info mail is gonna show you all the details of the trip. They're gonna give you a password, they'll email you a password, and then you'll get access to this info mail, and you can put this all into the app. This is gonna give you everything you need to know. Where to go for the pickup location, what time you need to be there, all the different trip details for the bus, trip details for the tour guides, any rest stops, weather forecast information, currency converter, interactive maps, frequently asked questions. How can I book a trip with EuroTrip Adventures? Can I place an order over the phone? What payment options do I have? We're a group of family or friends. Can we just sit together? Do you take cards? How many people are gonna be on the bus? Can I pay in cash? What can I bring on the bus? I'm handicapped. Can I join? What languages will be spoken on the trip? I wanna join a trip, but it's sold out. What do I do? Is there a waiting list? I've already paid, but I haven't received my confirmation email yet. Can I transfer or sell my ticket? What travel documents do I need to bring? Is the trip leader also the tour guide? So there's all types of different frequently asked questions. You're gonna find all the information on the app. Like I said, just go there and check out all the FAQs to include the cancellation policies. They've recently just added COVID frequently asked questions as well. Optional extras is another service they provide. Optional extras are just extra fun activities that you can get into when you're on the actual trip, such as a boat ride or a train ride in the city, but essentially you're just gonna pay a little bit more money. They're gonna total up how many people are gonna go on this optional extra trip, and then you would more than likely go with a dedicated local tour guide from that area to take you on this trip, on this boat ride, or whatever the case may be. But again, this is optional. Optional. These optionals that I'm speaking about are not mandatory, and they're not included in the initial booking price that you're going to pay for, because they want the customers to decide how they spend their time once they arrive to these locations. Okay, some quick information about the bus. Don't be nervous about the bus. The bus was actually not that bad of an experience. So there's a couple different types of styles of the buses that I've been on. You've got the standard style of bus, and you got the double deckers as well. I think it just depends on how many people are going on the trip. Okay, so the bus experience. First of all, yes, there is a toilet on the bus, if you're asking yourself that question. There is a toilet. You will usually stop on the bus as like a rest stop to stretch your legs, brush your teeth, get some quick snacks, and you'll usually stop in between your pickup location and your final destination. One thing I did appreciate that a rule that they had on the bus was that there was no eating of like smelly foods on the bus. And I don't know about you, but I appreciate that. When you're in close quarters with a bunch of random humans and they eat random foods, it's nice to not have to smell everyone's McDonald's fries or whatever the case may be. So I appreciate that little no eating smelly foods rule. Pack light when you're on the bus, especially if you're not staying overnight. There's no need to bring a bunch of equipment and stuff. I mean, I'd honestly just bring a toothbrush and toothpaste. I just like to brush my teeth when I just like to brush my teeth. Bring your own pillow, blanket, any type of toiletries. You're on a bus with other humans. This should be the expectation. So if you're not a person that is comfortable in tight quarters on a bus with other people, then this is probably not for you. However, if you want to explore Germany and the rest of Europe in a unique experience with like-minded people on a budget in tight quarters on a bus, then this is definitely for you. You should definitely try this out. Look, you're paying for convenience and you're paying for a vessel to literally pick you up and take you from one place to another. You don't have to worry about driving. You don't have to worry about traffic. You don't plan a thing. You just get picked up right near your base. It's easy and affordable. They've got a ton of other reviews. If you don't want to take my word for it, they've got a ton of reviews online. I'll leave a link in the description below to show you all those reviews. They've got over 135,000 people that like this and follow them on Facebook, so they are credible and they've been around for a very long time. So I would recommend to check out EuroTrip Adventures for your next budget travel adventure. Well, that is about it. I think we've covered quite a bit. Go ahead and check them all out for yourself. If you're looking for more information on PCS prep, travel, or local life as an American living here in Germany, subscribe to the channel and I will catch you in the next one.